Please tell the audience what's your full name, the name of your company, and what you do.
Well, my name is Dr. Robert Watts, Jr. Name of my company is Watts and Associates. We are organizational development and performance management consultants. I am an organizational psychologist and also a practicing therapist. And we also provide innovative IT solutions in a way of SaaS platforms, software as another service.
Okay, my name is Dr. Wayne Weiner. Name of my company is the Dr. Wayne Weiner Academy. I am a consultant, and I've worked with some of the major corporations across the world. Plus, I've worked with individuals trying to change behavior one person at a time.
Okay. Fantastic. Oh, this is so exciting. Well, this is exciting today. Today, you're going to be inducted into the UPI Strategic Business Unit as a new member. Please tell us, what does that mean to you? What expectations do you have? And what made you decide to accept the invitation to become a member?
Well, I would say initially the impetus for joining the organization was my relationship with Frank Crump, which goes back a few years. And so I've been following the progress of this organization since I think Frank launched it. And then we started chatting about my software solution. And I presented the solution to him and he was taken by it. And putting action to words, he introduced me to a potential prospect client in South Pacific, I think, or Southeast Asia.
Oh, okay.
And so we are now in conversations with that particular prospect, and they're expressing real interest. So that was, one of the motivations was one, the personal relationship I have with Frank and the ethics and values that kind of govern and drive what he does are aligned perfectly with my own. And of course, the second part of that is, we're talking about mobilizing an organization to create change and specifically the African-American community around business empowerment and educational empowerment.
Yeah.
And those are, cornerstones and pillars of my life in a significant way, both as an educator, spent, a good 20 years teaching in universities and colleges, trying specifically targeting junior colleges as well to offer my services to help African-American youngsters and people returning to college who had significant challenges academically. And so, that and then being a role model to them for a person who could overcome those same challenges.
It's powerful.
First of all, I want to thank all the other members for allowing me to become a member. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to work with like-minded people to allow people to be the best they possibly can be. And it takes focus and it takes training. And I hope that I will be able to bring some of my skill set to help individuals make the right choices in their lives. So this is a great platform to do this.
As a last question, what is your Dream Smart Academy behavioral superpower?
Reflective thinker.
Reflective thinker. All right. And I'm an influencer. So thank you, Dr. Watts. I appreciate your time and congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me to do this. I'm sorry I'm not going to be able to attend on the 19th, but I certainly look forward to meeting all those who will be in attendance.
Absolutely. This is so exciting. And then I have a question for you. So being a new member, can you give us an example of some of the value that you've already gotten even up to this point?
Well, it's meeting nice people like you and also seeing what other people are doing within this framework that really makes sense to me. One of the things is making sure people understand money, understand focus, and understand determination. And they can get there if they apply all these things correctly.
Okay, Dr. Weiner. So I have one more question for you. What is your Dream Smart Academy behavioral superpower?
Well, I am a facilitator, and I
Facilitator.
enjoy facilitating.
Yes, you do. Facilitators have a really cool way of being able to get the job done and get people to do it. and they do that very well. People don't even know what's happening. I love it.
Oh,
Thank you
you're
so much.
telling my secret.
Thank you so much for that, Dr. Weiner. I appreciate you, and we'll talk again soon.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. So, Kimberly, I'm so excited to be here with you right now. And why don't you go ahead and tell the audience your full name, the name of your business or organization, and what it is that you do?
Well, hello, Sister Kenyatta. So great
Hey.
to see you. Thank you so much for inviting me, or Frank inviting me to do this interview. This is so awesome. My name is Kimberly Fogg. I'm the founder and CEO of Global Sustainable Partnerships. We provide access to clean water for children in primary and secondary schools, households, orphanages, health dispensaries in Tanzania. We have been working in community. I've been working in community development in Africa for 10 years. I started a new organization called the Women's Program Engagement Council, and we are a group of global Black women who are unapologetically Black entrepreneurs who are looking to create opportunities and investments for our women who we call Titans, which it's so exciting because we have really uncovered these amazing women throughout Africa and America who are doing wonderful things. And so our thing is to give our sisters a hand up, not a handout. And
Love it.
We're really looking to work with investors to help them look at women entrepreneurs, specifically Black women entrepreneurs, through a new lens as it relates to the value of investing in women. So that's what I do.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I love being a part of it as well. So tell me, before we jump in, what's your behavioral superpower?
Well, I am an engager.
Ooh.
And I am so excited that I had the opportunity through Frank to meet you and to work with me on my Titans tank and working with our Titans and really giving them the opportunity to reinforce a positive image that they have, which sometimes they don't have or they don't know that they have.
That's right.
And what you did for our Titans is just, they told me that you gave them the confidence that they just did not know that they had. And, it's so special because not everybody knows that they have that within themselves, right?
It's true.
So the behavioral superpowers really brings that out. Now, of course, you can tell I'm an engager, right?
Okay, so let me ask you. So today is exciting. You're going to be inducted into the UPI Strategic Business Unit, the SBU, as a new member. Yeah. So tell me, what does that mean to you? What are your expectations? And what made you decide to accept the invitation to become a member?
Well, one of my dearest friends, Brian, introduced me to Frank because Brian knows I'm trying to do a lot of things. And he really thought that Frank could really kind of help me go into the right direction, meet the right people. And so many people are out there and they genuinely want to help you. But then, things kind of happen and things don't really turn out the way that you thought that they would. But with Frank, he said, oh, I'm going to introduce you to this person. Oh, I'm going to introduce you to this person. Oh, Kimberly, you got to meet Kenyatta. Every single person that Frank has introduced me to has really brought some really great insight into what I'm doing, some great recommendations. Like I said, meeting you, and now you're part of Titans Tank and our Women's Engagement Council. So Frank has introduced me to other members that he's had, and we've had these amazing conversations that are really helping me be a little bit more strategic about what I'm doing and where I'm going, because that's, as an engager, that's not what we do.
Right.
And so it's really nice to have somebody that has that strategic mind that can help the visionary really take their vision and, create a space for you to really kind of hone in on the things that you can do and do well. And that's how I'd look at it. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So, of course, that makes sense that you would accept the invitation, right?
Yes, absolutely. So when Frank called me and says, "Well, I'm thinking about it," I said, "Oh yeah, of course I want to do. Of course I do." So,
He's like, stop talking. Yes.
exactly. Absolutely. Absolutely. You really had to ask me.
Yeah, right. I love it. I love it. Well, thank you
Yeah.
so much, Kimberly. It's
Yes.
exciting, to be joining the SBU with you as well. So I appreciate
Yes.
you answering these questions, and we'll be talking soon.
Well, thank you so much. And thank you, Frank. I really appreciate you.
All right. I'm so excited to be here with you, Saphir, to learn a little bit about you. And so please just do me a favor. Tell the audience what your full name is, what the name of your business is, and tell us a little bit about what you do.
Okay. Yeah. How you doing today?
Good. I'm fantastic. Thank you.
All right. Great. Great. Yeah. My name is Dedrick, actually DG. I go by DG Saphir Hopton, and I'm the founder and chairman of the board of Global Village. And we've created a way to recycle money back to ourselves based on purchases that we make either online or in our communities.
I love it. I like the sound of that.
Yeah, recycling money sounds pretty good. I'd
Yeah, I
rather
was like,
recycle money than, glass or plastic, which is good too, but I think
absolutely.
I'd prefer a little bit of money.
Hey, why not? Recycle it all,
Yeah,
including the
exactly.
money.
Everything.
I love that.
Sustainability is what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for that. Okay, I just learned something new. All right, I love it.
All right.
So
Thank you.
today, right, we're talking about SBU, and SBU's
Mhm.
been together for about 1.5 years. My question to you, well, 3-part question really, which is how would you describe the SBU? What are the benefits from being a member? And what advice do you have for the new members coming on board today? Because you've been in for a while. So tell us about that as well.
Yeah, I'm actually one of the founding members. Frank Crump and I really was the original brain trust of it. And it's a way of bringing together, we kind of like call ourselves the A-team, It's
Okay.
like a way of bringing together the geniuses and the people who have really great talents and abilities to work together in a common bond and for the common good.
Mhm.
And that's really the focus of it. And, for new members, I would just say, hey, just, dive in and see where you can be of service, of help to others. We are in the business of supporting each other.
Okay.
I've been involved with co-op since I was 24. So this is right up my alley. Cooperation and service is what it's all about, working together to achieve a goal, a common good. And so that's the beauty of the SBU, is that everyone who has different talents and different gifts, bringing the geniuses together for a common goal, common good. So if I can help you with something, I help you. If you can help me, you help me. So we help each other, and it's a unique situation where we're not caught up like what LeBron James talks about, him and Anthony Davis. We're not caught up in the alter ego stuff, about who's gonna get the most points, tonight.
Right.
We're working as a team. We want everybody to win in this situation. So we're not trying to outdo each other or pull each other down or pull each other back. We want to move each other forward. That's the focus.
That. Right. And all of us need the points.
We all need the points.
We all need the points, right?
I need a few extras here and there myself.
Right.
So, here's an assist, and a little slam dunk is good.
Yeah. Just help each other out. I love that.
That's right.
But as a new member, you say, look, just dive in and
dive in, have your mind, correct, and your spirit correct, and don't be caught up in, dog eat dog or the old paradigm of competition and conflict. We bring in a new paradigm of cooperation and service. Cooperation and service leads to peace and tranquility and prosperity and abundance, whereas competition and conflict, as we already know, leads to war and problems. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I love that. Thank you so much. And as a new member myself, I love hearing the advice, so I appreciate that and excited.
Yeah.
And
we're excited to have you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're just a bubbly person. You're so bubbly.
I'm bringing the bubbles. Yeah. Just as a last question, Saphir, what is your Dream Smart Academy? We have our behavioral superpowers. What's your behavioral superpower?
You want to guess?
I could guess, but I might get it right.
Well, I'm someone who can adapt. So they call me an adapter. So no matter what the situation may be, I'm going to find a way to adapt to it, to flow with it. I'm also a shaman and a healer, aside from being into marketing and being an entrepreneur. I play the flutes and drums and all that kind of stuff too. So I have a way of creating my balance and keeping my spiritual self in order. So, I think that's very important that we do that. So as an adapter, I'm also good at, they say, high in creativity, because it's not just one thing.
Right.
When you do the superpower, as you know, it's
Yes.
many different things that they list, so.
That's right. Well, thank you so much, Saphir. I appreciate your time. This is fun to get to know you a little bit better. Yeah. And I look forward to being a part of the SBU team with you as well.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure talking with you as well.
Tell us your full name and the name of your business and what you do.
Sure. My name is Michael Tucker, and the name of my company is Tucker Coaching and Consulting. And I work with executives, leaders, and entrepreneurs to tap into their highest potential, to co-create and imagine a future that is completely worthy of them so they can experience the fullness of life.
I love that. Yes. That's exciting. How long have you been doing that?
Sure. So I've been coaching since 2014. So that's going on 6 years now.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I love it. Well, how would you describe the SBU? What are some of the benefits you think as being a member? And tell us how long you've been a member. And then finally, any advice that you have for any new members that are getting inducted today?
Okay, I'm going to do my best to answer all of those questions.
I'll ask them again if you need me to.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, so my experience, the SBU starts with Frank Crump. So I met Frank Crump back in 2015, and he has just been a mentor and a very positive leadership type of role model in my life. And so being invited by him to be a part of the SBU was a huge honor. And I have to admit, I really didn't quite know what it was when he invited me. I just said yes because it was Frank. And then I got introduced to all these other business leaders that are serious about their business, that they are creating results in their life. And most importantly, they're doing it together. They're working together. And now I have a group of individuals in my life to run things by, to talk to challenge me, to encourage me to step my game up, when maybe I fall off a little bit. So it is a really, really great environment for collaboration, for connection, and for creativity of the world that you want to see yourself in and as a part of.
Yeah, I love that. Well said. I'm excited because as a brand new member myself, I'm like, ooh, I love, being able to do these interviews. So you kind of answered the question of how would you describe the SBU? And I think the benefits of being a member were right in that answer as well. So well said. Thank you for that. So then let me ask you this, more specifically, what advice would you have for new members who are coming on board today?
Yeah, if you're a new member and you're coming on board today, first and foremost, congratulations. This is a huge, huge honor and a huge acknowledgement of who you are and what your capabilities are in the world. So that's number one. Number two, the advice that I would give you is to make yourself available to all of the members. Okay. Schedule time, get to know each one of them, find out where there's points of collaboration, where you can partner and work together and get busy doing what you do. That's the advice that I would give.
Okay, excellent advice. Excellent. Thank you for that, Michael. And then lastly, the Dream Smart Academy Behavioral Superpower. What is your superpower? And tell me a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So my behavioral superpower is a community builder, which is something that I honestly, before I took that test, I would have never considered myself a community builder. But the funny thing is, when I started to look at everything in my life, that's what I was doing. And as an executive coach, I can see like all the different places where I have built community for my coachees. I built community here in my local community through programming and activities and so forth. And so it's just kind of this way of being and showing up in the world that I didn't really think a whole lot about, but now I have language to that. And so I can communicate that very clearly and effectively to folks.
That's perfect and well said. So you were doing what you were already built to do, but like you said, now you've got the language, and that's exactly what we do with the behavioral superpowers. My power is an outgoing, fast-paced influencer, and I've always been that. It's gotten me into trouble at times, especially with my mother growing up. I always had something to say. But I was doing what I was built to do. And then the language around that, it's like, oh, okay. And then you can just walk in that, it helps with the understanding. So it's very cool. I love that explanation and your perception of that being a community builder. So thank you. Well, I appreciate it, Michael Tucker. It's very nice to meet you. And you gave great advice here, even for me as a new member, anyone else listening. And I appreciate your time. So thank you so much, sir.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me, Kenyatta.
Kenyatta, it's so nice to be here. Thank you for having me. And the name is Bernie Heckman. Bernard, of course, officially, but the only one that calls me that's my mother. So Bernie's the name. And I have a number of companies that are all in one way or the other nonprofits or for-profits. But Help People Team is what it mostly hangs under. Help People, Help Hub, Help People Team. Also have Angel Team. But we're basically involved in helping businesses and nonprofits work together in a way they mutually benefit each other.
Excellent. Well, it sounds very exciting, and you obviously have a lot of resources to be able to help people, so that's exciting as well. So let's talk about SBU. They've been together about a year and a half. Please tell us, how would you describe the SBU, the Strategic Business Unit, and what are the benefits of being a member? And then finally, please give us some advice for a brand new member like myself who's about to get inducted today.
Well, that's great. Well, I would say that first I would describe it as a very, very unusual group of entrepreneurs and humanitarians that have come together under Frank's leadership. And I would say that the best way to understand it is it's a collaboration, and it works on a non-competition model, a cooperative business model. In other words, everyone's goal in it is to help each other and work together. In terms of advice for a new member, I would say learn these kind of phrases that you'll often hear from members, and phrases like, how can I help you? What do you need next? Just let it out there. Quit worrying about competition. Lean out to everyone in it and ask, what can you do to help them? Because that's what they're going to be doing with you. It's just a great group of people, and it represents the spirit of America and how it was founded better than anything I've seen.
I love it. That sounds very exciting. Thank you for that advice, because I'm sitting here mentally taking notes as I'm listening to you, asking people, how can I help them? And then going from there. So thank you for that, Bernie. And then the last question is, Dream Smart Academy, we have behavioral superpowers, and you know what yours is. So tell us, what is your behavioral superpower?
Well, it was interesting when I went through that. It was, I had no idea. I kind of wasn't sure, but I went through it. It was very fascinating. And it turned out I was an initiator, which I think characterizes well as to what I am. I'm a creator and a pioneer of things, right? So I initiate things. Been doing it my whole life.
And that's an initiator. Yes, through and through. My behavioral style is influencer. Our profiles are actually right next to each other on the wheel. And usually we get along great. Initiators and influencers get along like gangbusters. So that's great, because we get things done, Yes, thank you so much, Bernie. I appreciate your time and you sharing this information with me. Absolutely. And it's nice to get to know you. Thank you so much.
Likewise. Thank you, Kenyatta.